Unscripted, unshackled, uncouth.
What you're about to hear is for more mature audiences only.
It's Miguel and Holly, Uncensored.
Hello and welcome to Miguel and Holly Uncensored. This is our off-air podcast that we do 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And you can always watch it live on the Miguel and Holly YouTube channel. And I would greatly appreciate it if you subscribed to the other podcasts that we have, like Miguel and Holly Full Show or Queen City Confessions or Blown Off. Also, make sure to take a look at our YouTube channel. We have a lot of YouTube shorts up there that you can take a look at.
Okay. I was going to say, make us your preset on the new and improved iHeart Radio app.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes.
Listen, if you're having trouble finding us, it's your own fault. Like,
Oh,
Damn.
but I
There's-
believe in you still. Holly doesn't, but I believe
Yeah.
in you.
I mean, I believe in you. I'm just telling you, like, get it together.
She said you dumb. She said you dumb. She said you so
Said you
stupid.
can't handle it.
She said you so stupid.
Yeah, I said, that's exactly what I said. I said all those things.
Rewind the tape.
Pull the tape.
Pull the tape. Pull the tape. All right, so we got to get through this expeditiously today.
Okay.
I kind of wanted to expand a little bit more or expound a little bit more on what we talked about in the 6 o'clock hour this morning. This little stat I found from Condé Nast Traveler that says there's a growing trend among adults to take a mid-career break, also known as an adult gap year. It can mean anything from a 3 to 6 month long company approved sabbatical to abandoning everything to hit the road for a year or longer.
Delicious.
And I've sort of been saying something similar to that over the past probably 5 years, ever since I discovered Australian radio.
Oh, and God bless them. Down under.
There's this big morning show in Sydney called Kyle and Jackie O. I mean, and they are like probably what like Matt Lauer and Katie Couric were back in the early 2000s. That's how they're treated in Australia.
They are celebrities.
Were they
They-
looking for an executive producer?
Oh,
Why?
What?
you gonna move to Australia?
Oh, I already applied. No, I'm just
Ah!
kidding.
I mean, like when
No.
you watch their videos, it's crazy. Like there are 3 people right now that do everything with this show. So every social media thing you come into contact with, what you hear, everything, it's just the 3 of us. There's nobody else working on our show.
Right.
There's no wizard pulling the strings.
When you watch Kyle and Jackie O videos, it's the 2 of them sitting in a little room, and then you like they have glass behind them, and it's like 3 rows of like producers, assistant producers, phone screeners, video editors. I mean, it is as if they were on The View or the Today Show.
Wild.
Mhm.
And I think like in Australia, they sort of like they talk about how much they make a year, like when they have contract negotiations.
They
I-
talk about the number.
Yeah, I think they make, I want to say like 10 or 15 million a year. Like,
Love that. Love that for them.
Mm.
mhm. Wait, hold on, let me see. Okay, yeah. Kyle and Jackie O. Oh, this is from a day ago. So this is new. Signed a record-breaking $200 million deal with Australian Radio Network in November of 2023 that would see them remain on the airwaves until 2034, earning a whopping $10 million per year each.
I should have applied.
Just let that soak in for a second.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi,
Yeah.
oi, oi. I eat it out back.
Save that, I think.
Yeah.
My stomach is grumbling right now.
So anyway, okay, that wasn't the point of that. Now I'm just start going down that train. I'm like,
Why would you do that?
anyway.
Get us out of here, please.
So the whole point of this is when I discovered this, and I'm like, their bits are so crazy, so over the top that I've tried to steal some of them, be like, how can we do it? But you just have to have a staff to do
you
it.
can't. Like, not only do they get paid that much, they're having so much fun because they get to do all the crazy stuff.
Right. Because they have a staff of people to help them with it.
Well,
So,
yeah.
Anyway, the whole point of that was that one of the things that I discovered in listening to them and their podcast is that Kyle and Jackie O in Australia, they literally take the whole summer off.
And they get the summer off.
Like,
God.
they're off, I think, whatever this Australian summer is, because it's different from like our June, July, August.
Yes, it's
So-
literally backwards. So
Yeah.
like it's our winter. So they
Right.
have the winter off because it's
Oh.
literally flipped.
So I want to say it's like November, December, but they get like 2 months off or something like that. But I remember when I saw that, I was like, you know what? We should at least get the summer off, like TV shows do, like talk shows do.
Right.
Like,
because
we sort of
everyone
did.
is out here creating content.
Mm-hmm.
Last year we sort of did.
We did. Well, we didn't work a full week in June.
No, we
No,
sure
we
did.
didn't.
Well, between Juneteenth and
My surgery, your
yeah.
vacation.
it was just like a Monday here, a Friday there
Yeah,
that
because
we
I
took
realized
off.
we had like 2 extra floating days. And
Right.
then I was like, well, let's just tuck them in.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a fun summer, but we still did work. I mean,
Right.
we were
Yeah.
still coming to work, and it's not like we could plan anything big. We just got to sleep in a couple extra days,
And it was fantastic. And so that's when I was like, it would be nice if we just took like, I would even work through like whenever school lets out in
Mhm.
Charlotte,
Mhm.
which is usually like the second week of June, I believe.
Oh, they go late.
Just go like from end of school to beginning of school.
Yeah.
We take the show off.
Because ain't nobody listening when
No.
school's not in anyway.
No, not at all. So I'm like, that would be ideal.
I mean, yes, you are. Obviously, you listening to the podcast, you're the loyal listener.
Right.
Like,
You gotta go to
know
work
you are
and- right.
listening to the show in the summer.
Girl,
But
we got a deep archive of content we could pull out.
I know there's content you've missed. I know there's. Like, I would go bring out some of the old audio. I
Mm-hmm.
trot it out.
So anyway, so I've thought a lot about if we did get that time, if the bosses that be at iHeartRadio said, you know what, we're gonna give y'all at the end for your next okay, let's put on the what if bubble. You know, I
I'm
love
here.
this
You
game.
love a what if bubble.
I
But
love a what
I
if
want to
bubble.
know. I want you to know that I came up with the what if bubble. I just want to put that out there.
Holly did.
Give
Okay.
credit where credit's due. Anyway, put it on.
Put upon the what if bubble.
Here's
Okay,
the bubble.
so our contracts are up, this time next year.
Yes.
Mhm.
So let's say iHeartRadio came to us and they said, nobody gets a raise, but we're going to give you July and August off. First off, would you take that?
First of all, it would have to be June and July. Nobody's giving us August off.
June and
August is the
July?
busiest ass
Mm,
month we
yeah.
have almost.
Okay,
So,
June and July.
June and July.
So no raises.
No
we're going
raises.
flat,
Okay.
but you get June and July off.
do we also get to keep our other off time because that
No.
impacts like
Well, you get to keep Christmas and then like the
Christmas.
federal holidays.
okay.
So no
so
PTO.
we would get the Christmas holiday off.
Right. So we'd get those 2 weeks for Christmas
Mhm.
and then
And
like the
then
federal
the
holidays.
and June and July.
Mm-hmm. And then June 1st, we're done until August 1st.
What
Would
if-
you?
So what? I have to get married in June and July. Like I
Yes.
can't take March
No.
or Coachella days off.
That's their offer.
No, that's the offer. You
that's
can
it.
take it or leave it.
Yep. Because you don't have to take it.
No, you don't
Right,
have to
right,
take it.
Mm-hmm. But
No,
that's
this
that's
isn't
their
just
offer.
your-
So then I get 8 weeks of PTO then if I don't.
No, I don't think so.
So then what do I get? My regular shit?
Regular PTO, I think.
3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Or do you get to? Do you think that they would allow you to break it up, Miguel? You're the one that's got this. What
No,
bubble thought.
no, because they want us to be a team. So
Right.
with this, they're going to put us on other stations, and so we want you to be like consistent
Mhm.
Yeah.
in the new stations, but we're going to allow you to take June and July off
Uh-huh.
and Christmas and then federal holidays, and that is it. No. I mean, obviously, if you get sick,
Obviously, like,
but
you know.
otherwise,
I'm gonna be sick.
Kelvin's like, actually, I think I have a sickness coming in
I will
April.
be sick a few days.
Mm-hmm. Now,
Uh,
this is for moving forward. So our contracts are up at the end of February 2026. So this will be 2026 moving forward. So you'll already be married, Kelvin.
mhm.
Okay. This year, Coachella would happen. So where we're
Yeah.
talking about moving
We're-
forward.
Okay.
2026
Mhm.
and,
Okay.
and on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, let's fucking do it. Yeah, what the fuck?
I mean, what is
If-
I don't see the downside.
Okay,
But
I'm
I
just-
don't see any downside at all. I mean, like
Okay.
I said, worst comes to worst, I'm sick, but like I don't like calling out to work, so I don't really, unless I'm truly, truly sick.
Right.
Other than that, 8 weeks in a row
Mm-hmm.
off. Bye.
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 And it's paid too.
And it's
Bye.
And
Yeah,
it's paid.
bye,
It's paid.
bye.
It's paid.
Bisexual.
I literally,
Literally bisexual.
I would plan every single thing for those.
Okay.
Too
So
much.
I wanted to get through that. So would we all agree to that? Because essentially, that's what Colin Jackie O's contract probably says, is that like if they're paying them that much and they get that amount of time off, you have to be there all the other times.
All the other times, yeah.
All right. So now that we've established, okay, we're good.
And
We're
I
gonna
agree
do
to
it.
that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna do
you
it.
do?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So now, what do you do with those 3 months off? What would you do with that time?
I mean, I think we all agree travel, right?
Right.
Realistically, though, like we wouldn't be in Europe for a month, kind of thing.
Right.
But,
Because you're
take a
still
little
getting,
week.
because remember, no raises.
Yeah.
Right. You
It's the
still have to
same.
live. Like
Yeah.
we're
Right.
not. It's not
And pay rent
also.
and mortgage.
Right.
It's not also a what if bubble of you have unlimited money.
Right.
Like,
Right,
you
right.
have the money that you have, so it's not like you can go live in Italy for a month unless maybe you budget for that. I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, I would travel. I would save up
Yeah.
and travel, make a really good vacation at some point in June. And I said this on the air, but I would sit my butt at the house and I would do home projects. I played it up on the air because I like to sit, but I wouldn't just be sitting. I would be doing a lot of house things. Like if I had that amount of time, like God, I would fix up the inside of my house. I would also, like, I would save money for a vacation. I would save money to do like remodeling stuff. And if it didn't work out to do like traveling, then I would fully throw myself into like, because I mean, I think I'm in my house for a little bit. And even if I'm not, if I want to sell it, it's got to look better. So I would like redo the siding. I don't even know how you do that. Our front door looks like a piece of trash. I look like a trash box house. I would just fix all of it. I would redo the whole upstairs. I would do just so many new and interesting things, and then just enjoy life. Like I would, well, it's 2 months paid time off, but I would do just things that I wanted to do, like go out to dinner on a Monday, find like a yoga studio since I have so much time to just do things.
Go out on a Thursday.
I know. Go out to a bar or a club. I don't even know where we talked about that a few weeks ago. I don't even know where they are, but I might find one and see what it's like. Like I would just live.
Oh,
Like-
you would have liked this. I don't know what it's called. Is it in St. Peter, Tampa, Miguel? The place we went to for Pride, where like the floor was lit up, disco balls.
John Boy. Good night, John Boy.
Good night, John Boy.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yes.
it's so
Yeah, you would love that,
cool.
Holly.
Yes. I would do that. I would take I would still go to take my little Orlando jaunts. I would,
Yes.
figure out how to get into those theme parks, do a Epcot travel around the world, like drink around the world, I would just enjoy myself and enjoy life. I would visit family probably. I don't know where I'm getting all this money, but like I would budget and I would have to see what can work and what can't work. But I would just do all that fun stuff like that I don't get to do because I'm so structured and strict on like my family's schedule and my schedule, and like like you get just you're a slave to the routine, and the way that we wake up for this show, you can't do nothing during the week. I mean, you're just on it. And that's the sacrifice because we do have a fun job, but
Mhm.
I would just live like other people live. I might, I don't even know what. I don't know.
I think your
Those things.
perspective changes once you know you have 8 weeks off,
Mm.
because I feel like not only does that motivate you enough to really, I'm assuming a teacher, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming teachers must be motivated to have a really bougie time off, or
If
maybe
they can afford it.
if they can afford it, of course. But I don't know. That I think the first year we'd probably be super excited. Then by like maybe the second or third, we'd be like, all right, I'm just gonna sit on my ass. I don't know, because I do want a teacher's perspective, because this is kind of what they do.
But I feel like they don't make any money during that time. So they what are they gonna do?
I had an ex that was a teacher, and during the summertime, he would get a second job. And so, because he was like,
That's what my college best friend was she's a principal now. But when she was a teacher, she would just be working at the mall over at whatever that place was that sold soaps and handbags. She did that all summer. just to earn money.
Well, I know that at least for Florida, I think they would have two options. It would be like they'd cut off a little bit from your paycheck each month, so then you could get paid
They
those 2
did.
months,
They
or I
did.
guess you wouldn't be able to. So
Yeah. So the guy I dated, by the time we dated, I think he was in a second or third year of teaching. But the first year, he didn't understand the option to get them to pay or to take out money for the summer. And so he just assumed, oh, so we're still getting paid. And then it was like that June and there was no paycheck. And he was like, wait, what?
Yeah,
And
he didn't know.
he just didn't understand. And so then he had to like work a part-time job. And I think he did Lyft and Uber, stuff like that. So it was really rough.
yeah.
Kelvin, what would you do with that? Or actually, before you start, I want to read some of these comments. Shannon said, y'all lucky to get PTO. I get 0 PTO holiday, but I do make my own schedule mostly. Jenny said, worked for Hershey's in Charlotte, and when they moved back to PA, they gave us a year off paid. It was amazing.
Delicious.
Traveled so much.
God bless Hershey. Am I right?
Wow. And then she also said, Jenny, I was a teacher for 30 years before working for Hershey's. Everyone had a second job in the summer.
Damn.
Wow. So Kelvin, what would you do?
Well, I would try to be as smart as possible and save as much as I can because I would like to do a bougie at least 1 week. 1 week, maybe a week and a half. I want to go back to Europe so bad. I went to London and it's not comparable, obviously, but when people go to Miami, they really do come back disappointed. And they're like, it was so expensive and like it was so much traffic, blah, blah, blah. And I always tell people, you have to go with somebody that is from there so they can take you to the right places. And that's what we did back in 2019 with our old roommate, Oscar and I. And my sister tagged along too as well. We went to London and he's obsessed with London, like fucking goes there all the time, stays there for a long time. And he showed us everywhere. Like I thought London was going to be so boring, no culture, food was going to be whack. There's nothing exciting to me about London. And I was so wrong. Like it was such a fun
There's no
time.
culture in, of all places, London.
I mean, take me to
The
France, take me
British
to Germany,
Empire
take me
that conquered the whole literal world.
bangers and mash. I just
Well,
wasn't
okay.
going to be.
There's some beans and toast, right?
Yes,
There's some
beans and
bland
toast.
foods. I know baked beans too from the team.
Yeah,
But-
I'm sorry if you're British on the cruises when they have breakfasts from different countries. I'm always like, oh, girl, that
Bloody sausage.
the blood sausage. I'm always like, I am so happy for you.
That's
and
a
your
European
culture.
thing too. Like the Poles,
Yeah.
the Polish people do that too.
Mhm. So for me, I was probably more excited. We ended up within that week. We went to Paris for like, I think 8 hours. We took a train. It was only 4 hours away. We went, had so much fun. I loved it. And that's what I was more looking forward to that trip. But London itself was great. And so back to tie it all in, like I want to go back to Europe. I'd like to do Spain. That's probably what I'd do, or Thailand or Tokyo. So yeah, I would probably do that. And then for the rest of the 7 weeks, like I said, I'd probably be way better at meal prepping and working out. I'm doing a better job these last couple of weeks of doing that. It's still really hard though. I am very anti trying to take, pre-workouts or energy drinks because I don't think they're good for me, but fuck, I mean, they're helping me out to go to the gym. So I don't know. That's probably what I would do. And I want to learn something. I've been like craving to learn something new, whether it's like marketing or maybe some social media content creation, like something like that. I want to get involved into something, but we kind of get so wrapped up in our schedule and taking care of the pets and taking care of ourselves that I don't want to do anything. I just want to play Fortnite when I get home. Sometimes spark up and chill. Then that's what I want to do, but I don't want to do that. So yeah, that's what I just take advantage of the delicious time off.
Sort of what Holly said earlier. Yesterday, I went to a doctor's appointment, and the doctor's appointment was at 2:40. So I had been here up until about 2:30. So I went to the doctor, and the doctor is literally across the street from Target. And I was like, I want to go get like 2 things from Target, but this is the Target that is like a parking deck, and it just feels like it's just a lot. I walked out of the doctor's office. I sat in my car, and I was like, okay, you can do it. Just go. You just need body wash, and you need your Manscaped for your nuts. I was like, that's all you need. That's all you need. I couldn't even do it. I was so exhausted by the time I left the doctor's office, because then like this is why I didn't go home before the doctor, because I knew if I go home and sit, I'm just like, I'm done for the day. So I was like getting stuff done for the show and I had energy. But then after the homegirl took my blood pressure and I was waiting for the doctor for like those 5 to 10 minutes, it was like the exhaustion came over and I was like, I can't do anything. But like, so anyway, I say all that to say that like, that's why for us, you listening might be like, oh my God, y'all have the whole day to yourselves.
Right.
Like you can do all these things. Why do you need time to do this stuff? But it's like you are so exhausted. Like there's one phone call I need to make to a business for something for us. And every day I get home, I'm like, the thought of just getting on the phone, you know, you're going to be on hold and then you got to find these papers to get a number. And I'm just like,
Mhm.
you're just so exhausted. You can't do it.
Right.
That's the downside. And it seems I would have thought that's a ridiculous statement before I did this job.
Right.
So I don't blame you if you're sitting here thinking that we're a bunch of
Lazy assholes.
yeah, whatever you think. Cause I get it. I do get that perspective. But then you get in it and it's just grueling. Because anybody could do it for maybe like a week or so, or like
Right.
an odd day off when you happen to get up at 3 or whatever. But like day in and day out for your whole life after you've been doing this for 10, 15 plus years, then all of a sudden it's like, I really can't. I'm
Mm-mm.
giving all of my energy to this show.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't probably need a nap prior, like to being 40, but like now that I'm 40, I need that nap. When I don't get it, I'm hitting a wall by 6 p.m. And I'm like, if I haven't, I can't do anything. I'm cranky and I'm like tired and so I need to even build in the nap. And I just put in there like 45 minutes for myself to at least lay down, or maybe 20 minutes to close my eyes if I can't, whatever. But then also having a kid too is like, that's the second part of my day. That's my second job basically. And you know how it is too, if you're a parent. So then I get the little time that I do have to myself between when I get home from work and when I pick her up is like, what can I do? And I read something interesting about moms, how like when no one is home, why wouldn't you take that opportunity to get laundry started or finish up the dishes or make the calls or whatever, or vacuum the living room like you wanted to. But it's like when you get that time alone, you're like, I have to do something just for me, whether it's sitting down or taking a little nap or doom scrolling, whatever, podcast. I don't know, listening to a podcast. Because then when I pick Maya up, everything is then just dedicated to Maya and like, or your kids, or what's next, or what do I have to do? Yesterday was a very busy day and I would just go until I got home with her from dance at 6:30, and then I had to make dinner. And so I'm making dinner. And then by the time everything got finished and my fiance did the dishes, and then I had to dry my hair because I had actually done a hair shower yesterday. By the time I got done with everything, it was 8:15. And I sat down, and Maya's bedtime is at 8:30. And so I let her stay up a few minutes extra because she was like doing a bracelet or something. And then by 8:45, I was like, okay, let's go. I got to put you to bed. Like, I got hugs and kisses. We got to get you settled. And sometimes it takes her a long time to get settled. So I'm like, get in the bed. And sometimes she's literally hopping around. She's like, I get my energy out. She's like twerking on the bed.
Zoomies.
And I'm like, stop doing that. And she's like, why? I don't understand why. And I'm like, if I told you, you wouldn't be happy about it. Just trust me when I say stop it. So, and then she's finally in bed, and then I'm just like, all I can do is collapse. It's just a full ass day. So
we only get an extra like 1 or 2 hours. Like, you go to work from 9 to 6, right? Then you get home, maybe you'll go to sleep at 10, 11, 12, right? I feel like that's a regular time.
maybe
I would
11.
assume so.
Yeah,
Maybe 11. We probably get an extra 1 or 2 hours. Like our day truly, maybe we'll get out of here by 12, maybe. We'll have until 7. That's it. Like I'm not doing nothing after 7. I'm not going out. I'm not going to the grocery store. I'm not gonna do my hobbies that I've always wanted to do and try at 7. Like no,
Right.
our shit.
But
We start slowing down by 6:30.
Yes. But, and I do say, we do have time to do things that people in like office jobs don't have time to do. So that's
Right.
where we are lucky. Like Miguel, you got to go to the doctor
Dentist,
without
stuff like
having
that, yeah.
to dentist,
Or
without
take
having
time
to
off.
take
Yeah.
time
Right.
off and try to
Right.
figure that out. Like we do shove it in there. It doesn't mean we don't show up tired as hell to the
Right.
dentist, but we can do those. So that's like the benefit. That's where it's like, oh, you have all afternoon. We do. Because I was just thinking about my friend Erin, who literally is just like, she's like, when do I do things? When do I take my car in to get fixed? Like she's, got to be, and luckily she does work from home a couple of days a week, but like on the days that she's got to go to work, she's got to be like out the door by like 7 or whatever. And then she's not getting home until 7 just because of traffic. So I do feel that. And if that's you, you're like, shut the.
Oh yeah, I do feel empathy. I mean, I remember I had to learn when Abe and I first got together and he started coming over every night after work and started slowly moving in with me. Because by the time he was painting in Florida and it was hot and he'd be outside all day and he would get home around like 5:36. And so I'm like, we need to eat. And so he'd get home and want to like talk and I'd be like, you need to go shower. You need to go shower. You need to go shower. Dinner's almost ready. I need to eat. And he's like, I need a second to just fucking decompress.
That's like if you would have got home from work at like 1 p.m.
Right.
And so it was like, we gotta eat now.
We gotta eat now.
Go.
No,
and
no.
you're like, shh, I need some silence.
So that's why we learned, especially at the beginning, that like if he needs a minute to just relax, then I'm just gonna go ahead and eat before him, and then I'll like sit next to him when he eats or so whatever. So I do see how inconvenient it is when you do work a 9 to 5 or whatever those times are, because it's
when
like,
do you do things?
Right.
When do you go to appointments, or when do you do the other things that need to be done that are only there when you're also working? So
which is so like hard when you like, we had to our washer went kaput in our townhouse, and so the people that own it had to schedule someone to deliver it, and I was like, they need to do it before you leave, because once you're gone, I can't accept any deliveries in the morning. And so I'm like, if you work 9 to 5 and both of your people and you have stuff delivered to your house, how do you handle that sort of thing?
Or like if a repairman is coming to your house,
right? Like
plumber's coming, well, someone's got to be here. Where?
So sympathies to you that do that as well.
Yes.
Capitalism. That's what it comes down to.
Capitalism.
Oh,
Yeah, I hear talking about Australians getting all this time off.
$10 million a year.
Wandering around the outback. Jeez. Okay, that's not what they do, but yeah.
So here's what I would do with my 2 months off.
Yes.
Is spend some time in St. Pete.
mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yeah,
beautiful ass home.
Well,
St. Pete is waiting for you.
we're renting it out, so
Oh.
we want to keep that getting some money.
Yeah.
No, we don't get money. It pays for itself.
Mhm.
So we'd go there for like St. Pete Pride. And then it would just be nice because like every time I come to Florida, it is just like breakneck speed because we're only there for a few days. And so it's like, gotta see this.
I don't ever see Miguel when he comes to Florida, just so you're all clear.
No, like it's always just like zoom.
Yep.
And then one of our friends, we talked the other day, Holly, Darren.
Oh, AKA somebody else?
Yes.
Okay.
He lives in Sarasota, and
he is in Sarasota still?
Mhm.
Okay.
And he was like, and he called me out and he was like, we never hang out when you come. You always say we will. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm a horrible person. But I'm like, so I would love to just be there for a week so I can see everybody. I can
or
like
2. Give it a week or 2.
Right. Like I still haven't been over. Someone was asking me on Instagram, have I seen Water Street in Tampa and like all the stuff that's been built up around Amalie Arena?
Oh yeah, totally different. And I don't
Haven't
even go
seen it.
there that much. I don't.
I haven't been over there since I went to a
Why?
John Mayer show in 2022. No, I take that back. Nope, that's right. Because when I went to Taylor Swift, it was at Ray J. So I haven't seen it. So I would love to just be able to do that. So anyway, do that. And then I would like to go to Atlanta and spend some time there. And like, because my mom, I'm always like rushing when we're there for the holidays. Because I'm like, I just want to go home. I just want to go home because the holidays are so stressful. So I'd love to spend some time in Atlanta with family and do that. And then I want to do my like summer cruise like we normally do. But what I talked about on the show this morning is what I would love to do. Maybe after the first 2 months, the first year of just getting all that out of the way, I would love to go to LA and just do like an Airbnb for like a month and just go on auditions, whether it's for acting jobs or reality shows or hosting jobs. I would just love to just go through that process because I do still have that inner voice, that itch that still makes me go, oh, I want to go out. Like I listened to this insider podcast for Hollywood called The Town. And it's a guy who used to be the editor for The Hollywood Reporter. And so he knows like everybody, everything. And it's just so fascinating to hear him talk about the business. And it sounds very much like radio, where like it's a small business. There's not a lot of people. And so everyone knows each other. And especially someone who was the reporter and the editor for a big publication like that. And so hearing him talk about the parties, and not even like because it's fancy, but just because it's like the industry and like the stuff they talk about outside of the like glitz and glamour of the gossip stuff, but like the business side of it, I find it so fascinating. And especially when they talk about like the power rankings for actors and actresses and like how much they command and like who gets invite. And apparently like a sign that you're a Hollywood insider is if Tom Cruise sends you this coconut cake during the holidays.
What?
It's like this big thing, but like those little tidbits, I'm like, this is so delicious. I'm loving hearing these type of stories. So I would just love to stick my foot in that because I've always yearned to be a part of it. But I think I've gotten to the point in my life now where I don't necessarily want to be like famous because your life is so different. Your life is so changed. But if I could like be on a reality show or host a show, you know, I would love that. And so just being able to like spend some time scratching that itch, I think would be really fascinating and fun for me.
I agree.
I already told you your lane, girl. You just got to do it.
Well, say it on the
We said-
podcast.
Apply to a fucking reality show. Do Big Brother. Do some other things. I mean, there's so many right now, but I just feel like do it. Like Miguel's personality type is the type where he has the underdog story. He knows who he is now. He's not like 20-year-old Miguel where he's like single and insecure and I don't
Crying
know
all
what
the
I'm
time.
saying and crying. Like, I just think now you are at a point where I could see you winning the show. It's
I
not just
know.
getting 7th place and just, oh, you suck.
No.
Like, I see you being a winner and champion in some sort of reality show setting. And like, from that point on, that's when your career skyrockets into doing whatever you want to do. And that's when you have your talent agent and they book you for shit. And like, just because you already have the skills under your belt.
You could be the transportation secretary of the United States of America.
Yeah,
Literally, you could be the foreign minister. Like you could be anything.
I could be anything.
I guess that's the takeaway from.
That's my thing. I think you just do it now because like we're only getting older.
Right.
So
Ain't that the truth?
I say do it, apply. They're taking applications now.
I wonder like if I run a show like Big Brother, because you know, I don't know if because do you still watch it, Kelvin?
Yeah.
Okay, so Holly and I used to watch it religiously back in the day. And back in the day is when they had like the black person, the gay person, you know, the hot stud, you know, blah, blah, blah.
Like the workout guy or the funny guy.
The old guy.
The fat
old
person.
guy, the dramatic girl.
So that would be my question. Would I be the old person now? Like, would I be? Because, you know, they would always have like old Jerry who's like in his 60s. Or would I just be like the black gay guy? Or do they even do that anymore?
So CBS has updated their, I don't know if qualifications or casting process where now half of the cast has to be people of color. What I've been seeing, and I don't know, maybe I've just never paid attention, but when I was 20 and watching, I'd be like, man, 30, that's such an older age now. And now that I'm 30 and I see somebody who's 29, 30 in like a Hawaiian button-up shirt, I'm like, oh, they're just like me. They look like me. I don't feel like they're old.
Right.
So I don't know. I think that's perspective, maybe. I don't think 40 qualifies as like the older person in the room. Because normally when they do cast somebody older, it's like late 40s or early mid 50s. It's a different life.
Hollis.
Yeah. I mean,
I wouldn't do it. I don't want to be the old lady. Don't make me be the old lady. No.
Holly, they'd be like, oh, Holly, you're the mom of the house.
Yeah.
Lord, I cannot. Like, we're changing the definition of what that looks like, by the way. Like, But yeah, it's very wild.
No, I mean, I think I would actually like to watch Big Brother this summer or just sample it to see what that looks like now. Especially being older, because when I started watching it in middle school or elementary or middle school or high school.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's been on forever, since 2000. And so I can only imagine watching it now as someone who's about to be 40 and seeing what the gameplay looks like. And then also like those physical challenges, girl, I'd be like, I'm not breaking my back standing on that wall or going down.
I can't do that. I could not be able to do any of that.
Not anymore. No way. No way.
It's cool that one of the last couple of seasons they had the cookout where all the people of color joined together and they paired up with somebody else on the other side of the house and they worked together to get their best friends eliminated, but they would all get on the block with their best friend. But the other person didn't know, we're all in the cookout. So then it became a whole race thing and a whole, like, it was a lot. It's become very interesting, very racial. I mean, maybe it's always been racial, right? But
yeah,
this was more.
Every year, there's always something that crops up. Like,
something crazy.
Did a black person win Big Brother this year?
The first black male won a few years ago.
Okay.
And then right after, the first black female won.
Oh, nice.
So
okay.
It took 20 years, but they got there.
We got
here
there.
We are.
We
but
got
we
there.
We don't need DEI.
Holly said MAGA.
Listen, y'all lucky I found this tidbit because today was about to be political podcast number 2 this year.
Oh no.
But I was like, please let something come across the plate that we find interesting.
Please. It's so much.
It's 4 years.
I had such a hard time. It's 4 years.
I know.
I had such a hard time doing anything Can't Let It Go related today. I was like, God, what do I do? There's 8 million things I can't let go of, but none of them are appropriate.
Yeah. I may have to take back what I said last week when I said we may do a political podcast once a month. Oh yeah, you were gone, Kelvin.
I was sure was.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Holly and I, we went in. We did a whole podcast about everything.
Ooh.
Oh, we sure did.
We did.
We had put a warning too. We're like, warning. This one's a political.
Like
one.
literally, the little bug down here said political podcast. If you want to turn away.
Yeah, please avert your eyes if you are feeling a mental health breakdown coming on.
But I did say that we would do it once a month just to get it out, but it might be more. But we will always warn you beforehand and let you know, hey, things get a little hairy. We got to talk it out because that's what the podcast is for. All right, I have to run. So, Kelvin,
yes.
How can people find you on social media?
At Kelvin Live, Instagram, and that's pretty much it. I don't really use any others. Have the day you voted for.
Holly?
Radio Holly, Instagram Threads, and I'm on that Blue Sky thing, but I haven't really worked it out quite yet, but I'm on there.
I'm Miguel Fuller. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Peloton, Threads. We will see.
You be putting some crazy stuff on Threads, by the way. Why did I have to look at a roast beef sandwich?
So what I found is because I just can never think to open Threads up and like tweet something. I do better in just responding to things. And so on Instagram, when you respond to comments or to pictures or reels, you can put share to Threads. And so that's why now that's what my Threads is.
Got it.
Yeah, that video that
I was so mad at you. I was so mad. I saw that first thing in the morning.
Yeah, if you want to see this weird ass thing that came across my plate that I commented on and shared on my Threads, go to Miguel Fuller. We'll see you on Monday. Bye.